Nice song. That's Keith Urban and Only You Can Love Me This Way on WEZL Charleston.
Thank you very much. 7 o'clock straight up. That was aroundtheamericas.org. I'm getting some emails.
Yeah, that's a cool site.
Folks want to know about that information on that. And the education programs, everything's there. Something you can share with your kids. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put the link on the web, on the morning show page. But it is aroundtheamericas.org. And those guys are still in town today. Their sailboat is down at the harbor. And you can actually go down and take a tour of it today. It's amazing what they have on there.
I bet it is.
And talk to the scientists and the sailors who are on the boat about their trip through the...
Well, how long are they going to be in
They're
port?
leaving tomorrow.
Oh,
They're leaving tomorrow, headed for Cape Horn.
Cape Horn.
Because they have to be there by a certain week in December, January. And if they don't get there, it could, set them back 6 or 8 months. It's just
what an incredible adventure. I mean, I'd be scared to death to do it, but I mean, that would be an incredible adventure.
Yeah, they got all this figured out, though, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. They
What do you mean they got it all
it's the
figured
first time I ever thought, you know what? I'd get on that boat.
Well, I'm surprised. I've been sitting here listening to you talk about this, and I'm really surprised. I mean, I know your interest, and I can understand that, but I'm surprised that you would even be entertaining a thought of getting on that boat.
My fascination was with the information they brought back from the Arctic and from Canada and on the wildlife and all that.
Can you imagine what they've
the
seen?
ice melt and the people that live there and their way of life and
The bears eating people.
Bears eating people. I wanted to see some pictures of all that. And
You were telling me an incredible story about the polar bears.
what's that?
About the polar bears having to swim.
Oh yeah,
for so long.
they were saying it's amazing to watch because these bears are getting thinner and thinner because the food supply is not there. They have to be on ice to eat. They can't catch a seal in the water. They have to be on land on the ice there, and the ice is going away. So he said these polar bears will step off the ice floe to go after a seal, and if they keep going after these seals, they'll find themselves out in open water. And he said they'll just swim for the horizon.
They have to keep swimming until they find another chunk of ice to get on.
They don't float. They will sink if they don't keep moving.
That's incredible.
And he said they'll swim 60 miles at a stretch just to find something to stand on.
Wow.
So, I mean, he said it's amazing what's going on up there.
Oh, man.
Anyway, it's fascinating stuff. If you're into all that, check it out online, and we'll have it on our morning show page at WEZL.com. Quick look at the important things in the world today, sir.
Well, the Dow, that's pretty important. The industrial average back above 10,000 for the first time in a year. Dow crossed the benchmark 7 months after dropping to a 12-year low in March. The comeback is the most visible sign yet that investors believe the economy is recovering from the financial crisis and recession. The Social Security Administration will announce today later that there will not be a cost of living increase next year for the first time since 1975. President Obama is calling on Congress to give America's 50 million senior citizens $250 payments to make up for not getting that raise.
$250 is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
On an annual basis, and they're not going to get it because of the law. But Congress got their cost of living raise this year. That's automatic. They get to vote that in.
What's wrong with this picture?
$82 million they voted themselves in pay raises this year.
Well,
Man.
That's just the way it goes.
Number of households caught up in the foreclosure crisis rose more than 5% from summer to fall. Unemployment is the main reason homeowners are falling into trouble. Extended jobless benefits are coming to an end for about 7,000 out-of-work South Carolinians. State officials say an extra 13 weeks of unemployment benefits end Saturday for 6,900 unemployed residents.
And there's good news and bad news in that. Number one, it's 6,900 out of all the people. The bad news is that that number is that low probably because a lot of people have just stopped looking. And once we drop below a certain number of people who are getting unemployment insurance, then they cut off the funds for the state. So there's good news and bad news there, but bottom line is still a lot of people out of work.
It certainly is.
But it's turning around. That's what they keep telling us.
Quick look at sports. The 2009 NLCS gets underway tonight, Dodger Stadium, and the Dodgers host the Philadelphia Phillies. Cole Hamels, last year's World Series MVP, will start for the Phillies against 21-year-old Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. And NASCAR founder Bill France Sr. is one of 5 inductees into the first Hall of Fame class. He's honored Wednesday along with his son Bill France Jr. NASCAR's all-time wins leader Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and Junior Johnson. David Pearson was left out of the inaugural class.
Well, the Richard Petty had to be there.
Oh, you knew that was going to happen.
You knew old Petty had to be
on the first ballot.
All of those names together sound like that song when you read them all.
What was that guy's name? That did?
Tim Wilson.
We'll have to find that. 7:04 at WEZL.
Now, Weasel